So security guards out here playing stupid. They said, why am I stuck out here? They say your car's working fine. And you sounded like the same person from Walk V when I brought the food back and I said it tastes like urine. Remember that?
I don't know you.
That's what you sounded like when you said your car's working fine. You sounded like the same person from Walk V.
I guess we'll see once the police show up.
You won't see anything. You'll just see, like, I'll tell you what they're gonna do. So like, the police are gonna do. So what's the problem? The problem is I'm parked in this parking lot.
Yeah.
So they're gonna tell me to move, and then if I'm gonna argue with them. This is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen.
You're not gonna argue with them. You're just gonna leave.
No, I'm gonna argue with them.
No, you can't.
No, I'm telling you what's going to happen. You don't have to interrupt me.
Okay, what's going to happen?
So I'm telling you what's gonna happen. So the police are gonna show up, right? The problem is I have to leave this parking lot. So I'm gonna argue with the police about this not being real life and me being the real Derek Husky and how they're stealing from me. And then they're gonna pretend like it's real life, and they don't know what I'm talking about. And they're gonna pretend like it's real life, and then they're either gonna get to a point where, okay, well, you either have to leave, or we're gonna take you to jail for trespassing and tow my car, or they're gonna call mental health professionals. And then if I continue arguing and I don't want to leave here, they're either gonna want to take me to jail, or they're gonna want to take me to the hospital, and they're gonna cover me up even more. That's what's gonna happen.
And you're okay with that?
No, I'm not okay with that. I'm just documenting everything now because this has happened. This would be like the 6th time it happened if I go to the hospital, or like the 3rd time it happened if I went to jail. I'm not okay with it. But I'm documenting it now and I'm uploading it.
Why did you went to the hospital the first time?
I went to the hospital the first time, so I was living on the streets because I got this job, and then the people from the job replaced the people in my house, which are my real family members, and then they kicked me out of my house. So then, I saw my brother one time when I'm kicked out of my house. I saw it look like my brother Jason in a different identity, but I didn't trust him because he was a different identity. He was being weird, so I didn't trust him. I was like, what the hell? Why would my brother be a lady? So I didn't trust him. And then, I tried to go back to my house. They drugged me. They drugged me out of McDonald's. I tried to go back to my house. I was mad. So I called the cops to let them know. He's like, these are terrorists.
Where did you end up at McDonald's?
Well, I was getting something to eat.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Why would they drag you from McDonald's?
Drugged me. So they put something in my cup. They put methamphetamine in my cup because...
McDonald did?
Right. It was Christopher Cross. I went to Clover Park Technical College with him. He was working at McDonald's in a different identity, in a different body. And I took one sip of it, and I was high. So I went back in there. I told him, I was like, hey, this is meth. And then I got another cup. I got another drink. Then I went back to I was so high and so pissed off about the situation that I wanted to do something about it. So I went to my house. I was banging on my door, banging on the house. Like, I was angry at the people in the house, so I called the police. And I told them there's terrorists in the house. They kicked me out of the house. And then they wanted to take me to the mental health facility to get a psych eval.
Why did you think it was terrorists in your house?
Because they're not the real people. But they're pretending to be the real people in real life.
Well, how did that work then?
ISIS. So it's deep state. It's deep undercover.
Why did they choose you out of
It's not my house, it's everybody's house.
Out of all
Everybody's
people in the
house.
world, they chose you?
No, everybody's house. My friend Robert Isaac, he was gone first. I met a synthetic. Talina Isaac, he was a synthetic.
That I don't know of.
Huh? Are you Victoria Johnson?
No. And then what you do next?
So I'm documenting it. That's what I'm doing.
Are you a blogger?
A blogger? No, I'm just making videos and uploading them to YouTube so we can document.
What's your YouTube name?
I'm dhustle253 on YouTube and Truth Talks 253 on YouTube. So I have 2 channels. And I even had, see, they can censor everything. So if you try to watch it, it can get censored. But I even try to explain the timeline of how the 2 channels connect and everything, because there's 2 different channels. Because I made a channel, and because I had to record the people in my house that weren't the real people. My own family members putting a camera, camera on their face. My real family members putting a camera on their face and telling them they're not the real people, and they're saying I have mental illness. So I had to do that to defend myself, trying to live in my own home. You know what I'm saying? Where people were playing.
You believe you don't have mental illness?
What makes me believe I don't have mental illness? Because I know what's going on. I'm not delusional I'm
You
not.
know what day it is today?
Yeah, today on my phone, today is 7:34 a.m. It's February 26th, Saturday, 2022. Is that what day it is in real life?
Sure is, sir.
It's the same day in real life? Or is it different?
No, real day.
It's the real day? I don't think so.
You don't believe it's the real day?
I don't believe it's the same day in real life. Maybe your real life, but it depends on what the definition of real life is.
What's your definition of real life?
Physical. Physical.
Describe more into it.
Physical. So, what do you consider to be physical? Like your body's physical, right?
Yes, any object that you can hold is physical.
Right, but you know this is digital.
Well, I don't think so. You don't know if it's digital.
How do you know?
You'll just know there'll always be a glitch.
There'll always be a glitch. Well, this is the glitch. This is the glitch.
No.
What's happening is the glitch.
No.
This is the glitch because you're telling me you asking me what makes me think that I don't have mental illness. That's the glitch. So we can't do this type of stuff. It can't happen in real life. Me, the type of person I am,
What type of person are you then?
I'm a hard worker. I'm smart. I'm intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a good work ethic. I'm not going to be homeless in my car in real life. In this place, the glitch is making me homeless in my car in my real life. That's the glitch. You know, because this would never happen in real life. This would, you know, I mean, I suppose it could, because it did, because they took over real life as well. So, you know, and then they,
There's a world on top of the digital world.
yeah. So all of this is all. I lived in Tacoma all my life, in the real Tacoma, physical. This is Tacoma. If this is digital now, because I know it's digital, but I know the real Tacoma is physical. They copied the real physical Tacoma to make this. That's how this can exist, because they have to copy it from something real to make this. You know, they couldn't imagine it. Like if it exists digital, and if it exists digital, and they didn't custom build it,
Well, if you think it's digital, how do you think it got to you?
I don't think it's just me. It's you too.
No, but how do you think it got to you if you believe this is a digital world?
How do I believe it got to me?
Yes.
Like, what do you mean?
Do you think it was when you were drugged? Or what?
Like, how did I get in here?
Yes.
So I was at work 2016, March 2016, and then there was a person I met there. Her name was Nicole, and I slept with her. And then when that's how the deep state do it, they'll kill you in your sleep, and then when you wake up here.
So you believe Nicole killed you after having intercourse with her?
I didn't have intercourse with her. No, I didn't have sexual intercourse with her, just oral sex. And yeah, she killed me. Yep. And then you end up here, and then they'll end up putting you back. Right? That's how you guys do it, right? They'll end up putting you back if they don't think you're going to do anything special.
I think you're describing the Matrix.
I'm describing the Matrix.
Yes.
Like this is the Matrix.
You're describing the Matrix, the movie. Similar.
Yeah, similar to the Matrix movie 1999. Right. So like that makes sense. Like if
The
you're
whole people in the whole world, they chose you to be the digital, fake, real life.
Is that what this is? Is that from your perspective? They chose, because I'm by myself.
That's what I'm feeling like.
So I'm by myself, you know. I don't get to, you know, do anything special or anything like that. I live in my car. Like I wouldn't want to do this. So you said out of all
You
people.
just say you don't believe you live in your car in the real world.
No, I did too. Like if you check out both my YouTube channels, Truth Talks 253 and D Hustle 2. Truth Talks 253 was physical. So that's the person that's in charge, and on that channel I call him out directly. He just plays stupid.
But aren't
And
you the owner of the channel?
yeah, I'm the owner of I'm saying on that channel I have a video where you can see I'm calling out
Yourself?
no, not myself. That's Tyler Gorno. He's in Tyler Johnson's body. Not myself. I wouldn't. That's what they said. Because that's funny you say yourself. No, I'm not calling out myself. Is that what it looks like?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not what I'm not calling out myself. So they said that before. So my brother Jason and my brother and his friend Eric Denny, they were acting weird. All right, and so I was like, "What's wrong with you guys? Why are you guys acting like this?" And I didn't know people could be different people, or I did. I guess I did. I think I did it at that point, but I didn't know why they were acting like that. So I'm like, "Why are you guys acting so weird? What's going on? Who bribed you guys?" And then they laughed and they said, "This guy bribed himself." So the devil, all right, Tyler Gorno, he's been stalking me all my life. He's been fucking up my whole real life. He's the NSA.
Have you ever tried to ask him why he's stalking you?
Yeah, I mean, he talks to me in my head, and then like I think he comments on my
So you're arguing with the person who stalks you that's in your head.
Yep. I don't argue. I mean, I just state what I state. I state facts, and
But you said Tyler's out to get you. So basically,
I'm not. He's not. I'm already got. I'm in here. I'm already got.
But you said they're stalking you. He's stalking you.
Well, as far as real life, it'll be like, I guess you could say it's stalking, because there's a lot of people in real life, but they were progressively.
Mind tricks with you?
Huh?
Isn't it just your insecurity playing mind tricks?
My insecurity playing mind tricks with me? No, I'm not insecure. So no, not at all, because I never had voices in my head for the first 26 years of my life. Never had a voice.
You never know. There's always a moment when something will snap.
No, that's what they say. So what you're saying is the routine mental health propaganda. None of that shit's true. It's just basically it's the government. If it's the government's turn to steal from you, that's when you snap.
Mental health is the government.
No, but you said you never know, at any moment you can snap. That's just
That is true.
that's like the
Changing something.
Yeah, they prescribe you meds by default. I've been to the mental health.
Meds, changing something in your life.
Taking something.
Changing something in your life.
Changing something in my life. Yeah, I did. That's when it started. So I made it. I started rapping on June 12th, 2017. That's when, and then shortly after that, that's when problems came.
2016 you got kicked out.
No. No, I noticed imposters living in my house in June 2019.
So what happened in 2016? You just said something.
In March 2016, I moved into my house with my family.
Okay. And in 2017 you became a rapper.
June 12th, 2017, I decided to start rapping. I posted on Facebook on that day.
Okay,
I'm gonna do that.
When did you fake you became homeless?
Huh?
When did fake you became homeless in this digital
You said,
world?
when did fake me become homeless?
In this digital world.
I'm the real Derek Husky, the real, actual, real life, living, breathing, physical Derek Husky.
Oh. So
I'm
you
not
don't live you in the digital world anymore.
No, this is digital. I'm the.
So if you're in the digital world, how can you be yourself?
I'm not about to sit here and do this. I am the real Derek Husky. I'm the real conscious Derek Husky.
Sorry, just trying to wrap my head.
Okay.
Alright, and then 2018, what happened?
2018. Let's start January. So I'm working at Providence Health and Services. January 2018. I released my music, the D Hustle album. I released Maintain already in 2017, just a single. 2017, January 9th, I released my 6 songs.
What's your 6 songs?
It's not out here because I deleted it. It's not out here. It's out in real life. It's out in real life, and they can change your reality. It's not out.
The real song, what's it about?
The real song, I got, Stay Grinding, Focused, Waiting on Me, Maintain, Beasts, Pretty Things, I Know, Transforming the Industry, Stay Moving. I think those are the only ones I released, those songs right there. And then I had other songs I wrote, and the other, they may have released them with under other artist names, or they may have released it under my name and just stole my identity. But so you said what happened in 2018? That's the beginning of 2018. January 2018, released my music January 9th. I released that 6 songs. About April 2018, I invest in cryptocurrency mining. I pay an electrician. I get them amp miners set up. Well, that's 2018. I'm not working at Providence 2018. Then June 2018, I start working at Providence. And in September 2018, I become permanent employee at Providence.
Okay, so what happened in 2020?
2020, so we're gonna skip 2019?
Well, you said something happened in 2019 already.
No, I was just talking 2018.
Oh,
2018.
what happened in 2019?
So in 2019 January, I move out of my house because my mom's acting crazy and she's drugging me. And when I ask her about it, she snaps and she says, "Oh my God, Derek, you're crazy." And she's acting hella different and weird, and I'm hella irritable. So I move out of my house like the end of January 2019, I moved to 7801 South K Street. So in February, I'm living at 7801 South K Street. That's when I released Transformative Industry and I Know, and then I took out some loans and bought some crypto. I have a perfect credit score too. I wouldn't, I have a perfect credit score. I wasn't abusing credit. March. So I had to move again because I moved there and I was getting drugged. They're going in the fridge, putting stuff on my food. I had drinking water in my room. Huh?
What do you mean by going in the fridge?
Going in, that's when my food was in the fridge. So like I have my own food in there. It's a fridge everyone uses. So they were putting something on my food in the fridge. And then they were putting something in my drinking water. There's items would go missing. Items I left in my room would be in my car. Items I left at work would end up back in my car. So like there would be things I left in my car and it would be at work. So I remember getting in my car.
Subconsciously you're doing it?
No, of course not. Who's making you say this?
No.
You're just doing your job, right? You're just doing your job.
When I feel
Because
like
no, I don't want to.
sometimes I don't even realize.
No, I can't. So like, I got home from work and I left my jacket in my car. Like a jacket, like this, like my jacket. I left not this jacket, but a jacket like this jacket. I left my jacket in the car. I go home. I wake up in the morning. It's cold. I'm like, ooh. Well, so where's my jacket? Oh yeah, I left my jacket in my car. I go in my car, start my car, turn around to pull my jacket, and my jacket's missing. I'm like, where's my jacket? And I go to work. My jacket's in my office. I know 100% for sure I left it in my car. So things like that were happening all the time. This is February. And then, since that was happening still, I moved again to my own apartment because I was living in some other people's house. It was Ariel McLean, Tom Dameron. And then, they were other people. I think like Josh Edo and like Rook or something. Like they were other people that I knew from real life that changed identities. So then I went to, I lived by myself in March, 2635 Cascade Place, number 5. Same things happening, same type of things happening. So I moved back to my house May of 2019. And then that's when you can see Truth Talks 253 on my that YouTube channel. And then I uploaded them not at the current because I didn't even want to make it public because I was hoping they would stop playing stupid so I wouldn't have to try to make a fool out of everybody because I didn't want to do that. But then I had to do that. That's why I'm doing this still. So that's why I uploaded those videos late. I put the date in the description. It was June 2019, but I uploaded them late because I didn't know I was going to have to use it. And that's when I called out the imposters in my house pretending to be my family members. They were being hostile, trying to kick me out. I got kicked out. I was making YouTube videos 2019. About like October, November, that's when I called the cops I got drugged, called the cops, said there's terrorists in the house, go to the mental health facility. And then get out of the mental health facility. I mean, there's a lot of details I can go over, but get out of the mental health facility. I thought I saw my brother in the mental health facility. It looked like a black girl, with braids, I think like a South African or something woman. I think she was a college student. I looked just like my brother, though. I thought it was my brother Jason. So as I saw people I know, and then I get out. I'm back. I'm still on the streets. January 2020, I live in my house again because my mom. I have an
Did you sign yourself out, or did you sign yourself out, or did they sign you out?
They signed. I mean, like as far as leaving the hospital.
Yeah.
They released me. So I didn't like. They released me. So, and then they released me. And then January 2020, I lived back at my house. I have like an acting mom. I don't know if she's a robot or somebody else or what, but she's acting mom. She's acting just like my mom does. She's letting me live at the house. I get tabs. Then I get tabs on my car. I go back to work February 2020. And that's when I'm working at Damco. So I used to work there in 2009. I was like, one of my early jobs. And then in 2020, that only lasted for a month. I was applying for more IT jobs because I'm an IT guy, like a computer guy. I was trying to get an IT job. And I don't know what happened. Like the coronavirus came out. I had a headache, a fever. And then like I had pressure in my head. I blew my nose. Had like green snot and blood come out of my nose. I was making there's YouTube videos around that time too. Remember March 2020. I was wearing that red and black flannel at that time because that was what's in the closet. And Jason was living in the house and that was Jason's clothes. or the copy of Jason. And then so I just threw it on, and that's 2020 March. And then I go back to the hospital March 26th. On March 26th, I wake up, my body looks like my sister's body. I still look like me, but my body looks like my sister's body. It's small. The whole thing just is small and looks like my sister's body. And then I go to the hospital again. And then I told him what I need, because I knew I wasn't in physical life, because I peed in the toilet and I could see the physics was off. So I knew for sure I wasn't in real life. And I'm a big computer hardware guy, so I'm big on like, performance and computers and video games. So I'm like real big on like computing performance and stuff like that, and trying to maximize performance, so I can see the degrade or the degradation when I took a pee of the physics, which can only happen if it's a computer. So that's when I knew for sure March. It was like right around the beginning of March. That's when I knew for sure that I wasn't in physical life. So, and then my mom was a different person, and she didn't want me to be there. She wanted to call the mental health people on me. So they called the mental health people. The cops showed up. The mental health people showed up. The fireman showed up. They had gas masks on and stuff. Like one of them did. And then they tried to. I didn't want to go to the hospital again, unless they were going to help me. So I told them, like, this isn't digital life. This isn't real life. I need to go back to real life. This isn't my body, and this isn't digital. I need to get back to my real life and physical life, my real physical life. And then I told him, I was like, if I can't, for whatever reason, can't go back to physical life, I need to go back to my body, because this isn't my body.
But I thought you said that was your body. You're the real Derek.
I'm the real Derek, but this isn't my real skeleton. So like the shape of my body, the shape of my head, the way my hair is, like, it's real thin.
Are you the same age?
I mean, yeah, I was born in 1990. It's 2020.
Same eyes?
My eyes can change. No, right now, no, I don't have the same eyes. No.
What was your original eyes?
What are they? This is like your eyes, like how all black folks' eyes are, like dark brown.
The same, like every black folks' eyes.
Oh yeah, but they changed it. So you might have been seeing black folks. You might be new. So. Because like they basically what they'll try to do is
Describe your future to me.
describe my future. No, because you said I have the same eyes as other black people, right?
Yeah.
So I want to explain to you that in real life we all had the same eyes. Nobody had light eyes. So they might have tried to redo, because they can simulate and dilate time and redo life, and then they can make it so everybody has eyes like I have. And then that might have been what you're used to. You might have came through that and did a redo life, and that's what you're used to seeing, when I'm used to the real thing. And then on top of that, it's not the real thing, it's just nothing's for me, because they're pretending to be me, and they're just acting like I'm a loser, and just not allowing me to do nothing. Because every time I get out of the hospital, I go to work. I try to, like, you're at work right now.
You just said they're acting like I'm a loser. What makes you believe that the person you're inhabiting?
They're treating me like a loser. Huh? What makes me believe what?
Why are they treating you like a loser?
Because I'm not a loser. They're jealous of me. Basically, they're not
You're awake in the digital world?
No, from real life. Because like I'm handsome. I'm a handsome person. My real physical body, exactly how I'm supposed to look. I don't look exactly how I'm supposed to look now, because they messed it up. But in real life, I'm a handsome.
Hold on, we'll go back right to it. I got a call from my supervisor real quick. Hold on, we're gonna get back.
Okay. So she said she got a call from her supervisor. I'm just gonna keep this rolling. The supervisor might have just wanted to tell him to say that, so they might try to get it cut out of the video or something to get a cover up. But I'm just gonna keep this rolling. I'm just gonna keep it rolling. I would never think it was Jordan. Is it Jordan? I would never think that person was Jordan. I mean, it doesn't look too far off, but I would never think that. But I just thought that now. But it doesn't matter who I think it is. It's a matter of who they think I am. What do you mean, want to be with Jordan? Did I ever say that? Did I ever say that? What was I doing? And what was I? You said want to be with Jordan. So I didn't want to be with Jordan when I got out of Job Corps because it wasn't the same person. She was cheating. She wasn't faithful. And then what do you guys try to do? You try to put back the real person? I'm the real Derek. That looked like it's cold too. So I think it got colder after she said, hold on. She look cold too. They wanted to cut the story, right? What was my story? They wanted to cut the story. So we was March 2020.
We were talking about your future, your real life body.
My real life body. My future, I don't have my real life body. So in 2017, my future, I was gonna be a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna be, you know.
Which rapper do you think you were gonna be?
No, I'm me. I'm D Hustle. I'm Derek Husky. I made it up. I said, hey, I'm gonna be a rapper. I made my own decision. I'm gonna rap. It was no program. I was in real life. I'm gonna rap. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call myself D Hustle. So I used to sell weed. You know, because it would be relevant in hip hop. I used to sell weed.
I don't think so. Mix the weeds and pops. But go ahead.
No, I mean that's what I used to do.
Okay.
So that's why I made my name D Hustle, and then I started writing music. That was in 2017. And my future, because I didn't see a future there.
You didn't see a future in IT, even
No.
though you love computers.
They laid me off.
That doesn't mean anything.
They laid me off and then gave me another job to steal my identity and steal all of my intellectual property. So they gave me another job back in June 2018. And then that's when the terrorist attack started. They crashed my car on the way. After getting the job, on my way back home, I had to take care of some legal responsibilities with some DUIs and having an ignition interlock device in my car. And it was the same day I was supposed to get that device out of my car, get my license back, and I just got a job. They staged a car collision and crashed my car. Got me driving around in a rental so they can use me. They can use my identity, launder money, bait people.
Rental, how are you paying for it if the person you are in this world is homeless?
It's not the person I am in this world is homeless. It's who are you? Are you Jordan?
No, I said so many times I'm not Jordan.
Who are you? You were the person from Walk V when I brought back. Remember I brought back the food, and I said I was like, this has pee in it, and you were upset with me and you gave me a refund. That's who you are.
I never took food from you.
Can I see your hands? So you got Jason's hands, but it's kind of long. You're Demetrius Jones.
That's not even close to my name. I never introduced you my name though.
You're not Demetrius Jones. Demetrius Jones from Mrs. Heinzman. Your hands say Demetrius Jones from Mrs. Heinzman's
Well, I know
class.
who I am.
That's what your hands say from real life. But you asked me that made me upset. That made me ask who you are. What was the question?
Yeah.
I'll answer it.
Your body. You said you don't look like a typical
No, I look like a normal African American man. So if you look up, well, you can't look it up here because it's COVID, but the original, when Creed came out, the boxing movie, that's exactly what my body looked like. But it looked like me.
So you look like the actor from the Creed.
Correct. Except for my face. I put my face on that body. Because you remember when I was a little kid, I had this little mark on the side of my head. Well, I'm just speaking in general because there's people watching, right? No, I never got a rap contract. No, I'm being more productive in explaining my story to you.
Okay, keep explaining.
Okay, so we at what? We at March 2020.
Hold on real quick. My supervisor's calling.
Hey, you should ignore your supervisor.
I need to get paid.
That's what it's about, isn't it? It's always an incentive to do something. Because you know why? Because the elites that are in control, they can't do this shit. So they gotta use other people to do this shit and give them incentives to do it. Because they can't do nothing like this. This is what they did when they kicked me out of the Planet Fitness. This is what they did when they didn't want to sell me a firearm. They just use somebody else that they just, they tell them what to do because they don't want to do it themselves. So it was March. So I went to the hospital March 26th. Like I woke up, I went to the grocery store March 26th. And I come back home. My mom wants me to go to the hospital. It's not my real mom, but I had to accept that they weren't the real people. And so I'm the real person. So if you say in this world, I just want to pause real quick because you said in this world, I'm homeless in this world. In the real world, that's where I'm supposed to be. They stole my identity. I'm from the real world. I'm not from the fake world.
Okay, from the real world, what was your occupation?
My occupation, I was I worked at Providence Health and Services. I worked at Providence Health and Services. So I was an IT person, and I would rap in my free time. So I'd go to work 9 to 5, type of thing, come home. But yeah, so I went to the hospital March 26th, got out June 13th. And then this all started when I started working at Providence. And this was in June 2018. The same people that worked at Providence is the same people that work at the mental health facility and the same people I see as pedestrians. So I just keep seeing the same people. They're in different identities, but it's the same people. I see them over and over and over again. From pedestrians to the hospitals to the stores to in my house. So it's the same people. I just see them over and over and over again. And then my fake mom was trying to get me on disability because they want to say I'm gravely disabled when I go to the hospital. And they try to make it legal, like I'm gravely disabled legally when I go to the hospital. So I went back to, I went back home, and then, they manipulate my mind. I'm uneasy, irritated. And I end up going back. So I get out June. I'm at my house. I'm living at my house. And then I end up going back to the hospital sometime around the Halloween time, so around October. I remember getting out in November. That was Greater Lakes. And then I start working at I go back to Damco, try to work. And I can't work. I think I went there before I went to the hospital. Yeah, it was after I went to the hospital. So after I get out of the hospital, I go back to Damco. I can't work because on March 26th, they gave me the small body. So I can't do labor no more. I can't do it. It's too painful. I'm not strong. I'm not a strong man like I'm supposed to be anymore. And then that was like November. And then I go back to the hospital again, January 21. And then I get out March. So my family, they all moved to Arizona. My brother, my fake family, they all moved to Arizona because they even replaced the real people in real physical life too.
What year was that?
We're in January 21 now. So what year did they replace them? What year did I notice they replaced them? Was June 2018 is when I moved back to my house, or May 2018. That's when I noticed. But going back to 21. So January 21, go to the hospital again. I go to Wellfound. You know, I have nowhere to go, so I was gonna plan on living on my car. I was talking to my pretend brother Jason. He said I could stay at his house, so I stayed at his house. I stayed at his house from March to August. And when I moved in his house, I was working at Axel Hire delivering boxes, and then I couldn't continue doing that because it's the people manipulating this and manipulating my mind make it's unstable. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I just can't do it. And so then it's not me, it's them manipulating me. So then August 2nd, I invest in Ethereum too. August 9th, I start my first day at a new job, at an IT job at Radiant. I worked there for 1 week. They drive me absolutely crazy again, so I quit. And then I'm living in my car, and that was in August 2021. And from August 2021 to here, now I'm here. And it's all documented on my YouTube channel on DHustle253. Yeah, you got to see if you can even see it, because last time this happened, I seen somebody, and I was talking to him. I didn't tell him the whole story, but I was talking to him. Yeah, DHUSTLE 253. And you're gonna DHUSTLE 253. And then, like, if you look at the most recent video, you should probably see yourself on there, if it's the actual channel on there. Do you see the channel? It should be like the first channel.
I don't see a channel.
Can I take a look? So make sure you spelled it right and everything. All right, so you scroll a little bit. Is there, so go to the search bar, is there a filter for channels?
No, there's no filter.
So you search DHustle253 on YouTube and you don't see me.
That's true.
Try Truth Talks 253. Because I was talking to someone just like you, had the white headphones in, and
Yeah, your recent one was 37 minutes ago. Oh, you fast.
let me see it. Let me see the thumbnail.
But you know I didn't give you permission to
Oh, that's
record me, right?
DHustle253. Yeah, so that's it. That's me. So that has all the documenting, the story and dots and everything. They probably don't let nobody see that in real life, because that's what I'm fighting for, is my real life. I have to fight against the government, and fight against, for me and you, But yeah, that's what it is. And then, there's been some mishaps, like security was at it was another person that was you don't seem like a bad person. But you could be in deep cover though. You could be deep cover.
That's too much work.
It's too much work, but you look like you could do it. No, it's too much work. You don't like doing that? But yeah, you don't seem like you seem like a normal person. You're a normal person, right? You would consider it. You have to be?
Yeah. Then whatever.
Yeah. I don't know, deep state? You're not like a vampire person. Huh?
I would love to be in a deep sleep right now.
Would you? That's where I was when you woke me up.
Because of the sun.
I know.
Back straight to the sun again.
I know, but that's what I was. I was crashed.
Nobody can sleep over here during nighttime. You have to
Yeah, I
do
know.
something and then you gotta go.
I know you're doing your
There's
job.
some places where you can sleep overnight if you want to. I don't know why you don't search up that places.
Because I think this is more beneficial anyways.
How's it beneficial?
Because you have to talk to me. You have a job to do now, right? It gives me a better perspective for documenting what's going on, because I'm going to tell you my story. You're another person now, instead of me talking to myself in my car.
Sometimes talking to yourself is the best medicine.
No, but no, never. Actually, I think never. I think it's never that. I think always talking to somebody who genuinely cares is the best medicine. Like someone who actually cares about what's going on, listens, and if they have advice.
Don't go to jail. Come visit, but don't stay overnight.
Come visit where? Here?
Yep. Only if you're doing shopping.
Well, I'm not gonna let myself go to jail. Because I already did that before. Well, I guess I didn't do that. So that's when, so that story. So now we can get into scenario tidbit stories now. So, I was because when I got kicked out of my house, I kept trying to go back to my house and talk to the imposters and take a shower and stuff like that. You kind of look like Monisha.
Who is Monisha?
This is a girl I know from middle school. I just wanted to let you know you kind of look like Monisha.
Not my name.
Not your name. I just wanted to say that. Just, Anyways, so I was so my brother, it looked like Tyler Johnson, a person that was, he was married to my sister, engaged to my sister, and it looked like him inside of my brother's identity. And he came back to the house, and I was like, "What are you doing, Wes?" Because he was in my brother Wesley's identity. I'm like, "What are you doing? Why are you acting like this? What are you doing?" And he's like, and then he called the cops on me for, because, he just called the cops. He said, "Don't touch me. I'm gonna call the cops on you for assault." And I just touched his face, and it's my brother's identity. So when the cops show up, I tell him what's up. I was like, "He's not the real person. He's imitating my brother." And then they ask me if I have mental illness and stuff. And I'm like, "No, I don't got no mental illness." And then they took me to jail. I spent a day in jail, and then I had to go to court. And in that court, they had no charges. They said no charges filed, NFC or something like that, or no charges, NCF, something like that. They had a little, but they didn't file any charges. And then I had to argue. I was arguing with the imposters, I guess I probably should have said that first, huh, Monisha? I probably should have said Monisha first, huh? But for verification purposes. Well, I mean, not for your name, but for verification purposes. We all somebody. Somebody was all somebody. And COVID, right? You got COVID. That's why we got to wear the mask, right? For COVID, which is cover identity. That's why I got this. I always try to not wear a mask though, if possible, just because if they're gonna let me not wear a mask and let me shop, I'll do it. If they're gonna force me to wear a mask, I'll throw it on. Where should I go? Where should I go? Where do you go?
I go home.
Where do you go? So where do you go when you're done being security?
I go straight home.
You go straight home, and then what?
And then what?
Yeah, do you stay the same person?
Yes, I do.
And then you go to work the next day? Now you look like Kanisha.
Yep.
Just for verification purposes, I'm assuming. Kanisha Williams. Yeah. That's what I was trying to do too. Just like you do. Go to work every day, because I'm from real life. I used to work at military bases. So I got a computer certification, and they gave me a job on the Navy base. And then they gave me another, after that it was a contract job, temporary, and they gave me another job on the Army base. And then I got another job at I think they just pretended I worked for the CIA. They was just pretending I was working at the NSA. And they're all undercover. So The job I was working at was just a front job, while everybody else was in, you know, like a syndicate, a syndicate group, like a group of people, you know, that aren't well known by, you know, the public, that, you know, can, you know, I'm just trying to be respectful and not call them terrorists, you know, and not call it a terrorist group. But it's hierarchical too, so, you know, people aren't bad. My mom used to work in this building here, but I think that was not in real life. Because she did work at that other building over there. That was the building she even still with Sandy over there. That was after Dr. Matzenauer threw in the towel. And then, you know, because that was her full-time career. It took care of us. My mom took care of us. It is, huh?
Sure is. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go through my rounds.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say I don't know if I'm still be here, but I don't see a reason to leave, but I shouldn't be in here. This what it feel like, huh? You know, but I don't really necessarily have to be professional. You know, it's not like I'm in a position of responsibility, other than, you know, my moral responsibility, which, you know, to do this, 'cause I have to. Yeah, it's another layer down, isn't it? So I'm doing the John Cena. Yeah, you can. They just said you can't make it look still in real life. Coming from a person who noticed the millisecond delay on the HDMI TVs when they first came out, while everybody else is saying it's the same, I noticed the delay. That sun feel good. Sun feel good. Is this what y'all thought? What's this? You still above me though, right? You're still above this. So this is what you thought I would think is physical. And plus, like, you have to, you know, all the way back in my real body, it's not set like this. That's not the real body, you know what I'm saying? This is how you set me like this. That's Kenya. You know what I mean? That's Kenya's arm hair. Her arm hair is how her arm hair is. And, you know, the small bones got a small head, like a female-sized head. See, in my real body, I got my wisdom tooth pulled over here, but this one's missing over on this side. Right, on my left upper wisdom tooth is what I got pulled because I broke it. I broke it testing the might of my teeth, being a dumbass. Shouldn't have done it. But I was like, since I'm gonna do it on a tooth that I don't necessarily need. So I'm gonna do it on the left side because I chew on the right side, and I'm gonna do it on the wisdom teeth because people pull those by default. Just being stupid. And then I bit down and my tooth broke. Instead, the candy didn't break, my tooth broke, and that's why I ended up getting my tooth pulled. Just that one, and they didn't even let me keep it. They said it was a hazardous waste or something. It wasn't safe, and I literally thought it was, like the state has some crazy healthcare laws to where, like, if you lose, like if you're at a hospital or a healthcare place and something comes off of you, they want to keep, they don't want to keep, it's not hazardous, it's not dangerous. That's not why. But, I thought they just had some rule. Because, I wouldn't think anyone stealing my identity going to the dentist. You know what I mean? I would never expect that. So I just think it's some, over, how the rules be sometimes, some stupid rules. Like, oh, you can't keep your own tooth. Because, some stupid rule they might have in place as an excuse to steal part of you. And, do something with it, Because, everything that's you is part of you. Your hair, your teeth, your blood, your pee, your poop, everything is you. It's part of you. Right? Urine samples, right? That's the big industry, right? Urine samples. It's not, I don't think it's to test for drugs, right? Urine sample, blood sample. I don't think it's a test for blood. It's just part of us. Intellectual property and genome. So like genetic data, I guess you can call it, or just who you are. But we create new people, right? Sexual intercourse creates a new person, right? One person, a male and a female. Anyway, I'm just rambling. Oh no, not at all. Not at all. But I mean, this cause we got the same. Is it my eyes? No, I don't think so. This isn't physical. I mean, but I wouldn't be surprised too if But the way it sounds, though, they don't sound like they actually have, like, real society. The way it seems. So, yeah, the John Cena where I was when I just explained the John Cena and the John Cena now. 'Cause that's why I explained how you can tell. No, it's the same thing. Same thing. If there's any changes, it's super minute. Can't really tell too much. The only thing I tell difference is how I feel. I feel unmanipulated. I feel unmanipulated. Tyler Gordon was in my head crying. He said I wasn't supposed to do that. Doesn't solve my problem. Well, they said I was pushing my head to a different body, but my head should never be on a different body. Or isn't that what Defense Health Agency is for? Is to defend our health, defend our identities, keep things in order. That's when I lost my head, right? DHA, right? A DHA agent, right? You create an agency, call it and not a coincidence. My name's Derek Husky, DHA. I work at the Regional Health Command Pacific. I'm a trusted human being. right? But that's just the front, right? So that's just the front where like they'll have like regular people, and then they can just switch with the deep state people, or they'll clear them out and put the deep state people. And like, so they had this agency called DHA take over, where like, you know, they were just basically they were there to steal my identity, you know, collude digitally to, you know, do whatever business they need to do in my identity, in whatever state they need to be in, whatever money they need to launder, whatever girls they need to catfish, whatever they need to do in my body, you know. So eventually they cut my head off so they could do this stuff. And I got this dot on my nose. Can't get it off. I look the same, just a little, you know, my hair. But if that's the thing, if they gonna put me back in my real, down to the body, I'm gonna feel like me, and on this camera I might look like me, but the way I'm sitting here, no, I don't. It still look like my sister. So I'm just gonna get up and move, see what it feel like. My knee. See what this feel like. You know, because they had me at one point, March 2020, they had me waddling. I was doing like this. That shit had me waddling because like my physical structure was so fucked up. It had me waddling. Some people. They look suspect. Tyler Gordon was hell-bent. It's not a joke. Staying woke is really not a joke. You gotta kill the ghost. This has nothing to do. I'm not proud. I'm not proud of being woke, you know. I'm not proud of like being woke. There's nothing to be proud of. It's nothing to be proud of. Like having to be woke. There's ultimatums too, you know, so people, ultimatums on people. Oh, we can't do Derek, you're gonna lose everything. We can't save Derek, we're gonna lose everything if we save Derek. If we save Derek, we can't be Derek anymore. We have to do everything we can to make sure Derek never gets out and he's never able to prove himself. Because if he proves himself, you know, if he proves himself, and people believe him, and then people prove it, you know, they never expect, because they know how to manipulate people to make them not say nothing. So they expect they could just do something to make them not say nothing as they're you know, doing what they do. Anything you say can and will be covered up by the NSA. Covered up and or given to somebody else. That's how they teach us in America. It might not be. I wonder if is that proper everywhere. You know how like they'll write some paperwork or something. They'll have something. They'll say something and they'll say and or, because sometimes it could be and sometimes it could be or. They'll write and/or depending on the situation. So I'm curious. I'm an American. I'm boxed in, so I'm curious. Like, cause that's what I was doing. Like, what, at the beginning of 2018, I'm like, man, you know, cause I wasn't in real life. I wasn't in my real body. I definitely wasn't in my real body. And then when I'm trying to rap and then Uber drivers are synthetics, that might not be the real life I'm supposed to be in, right? Like where the real people are, you know? But anyways, what was I saying? What was my point? I was like, man, I want to like get out of the States. Cause I felt like when I was trying to do my D-Hustle thing, I was like, man, you know, they probably like me a lot out of the States. Like, you know, as far as, the music, being good music, and then my character, you know? So that was something I was like, man, cause to me, Maintain was a guarantee. Like, oh yeah, they'll put this on the radio. I know the music industry wants to make money off of me. You know, I know they want to make money off of me. Not steal me, but make money off of me. I'm gonna wrap this up. This is an hour, and this is gonna take like an hour to upload. So I don't know. I don't even know if it matters at this point. But it's 8:30 a.m. It's February 26th, Saturday, 2022. I'm the real Derek Husky. I'm the real D-Hustle. D-Hustle. And the D-Hustle was with a $sign for the record. The S had a $sign for the record.